Hindus for Human Rights is part of several coalitions of organizations, and some of our partners are involved. I mean, we were involved in advocacy that led to USERF's report and its recommendation that India be included in the CPC list. And now the question is about advocating that the US government heed the recommendations of USERF. Now, some of our friends and family members and people in the community, we're getting pushback. And the questions we're being asked are, how does India belong in a list along with China and Pakistan? As bad as things might be in India, they're not that bad. And really, how can we be asking for this? And also, what is the meaning of going to the US government with such advocacy when the US is in the state that it is in? And we have our own response to those questions, but I wondered what you both thought. And the final piece is, there are even advocates thinking that sanctions are not out of place in terms of an advocacy strategy. And again, I want to know if you both think that is, that is appropriate or excessive.
Sunita ji, first of all, I mean, I really like the name of the organization that you belong to, Hindus for Human Rights, because it just counters the Hindutva agenda that Hindutva is Hinduism. Hindutva and Hinduism are two different things. And connecting to the previous questions, a small digression of what are we doing to bring different communities together. I think the onus of that also lies to a large extent on people who belong to this constructed majority. And this is a problem that we faced during the Shaheen Bagh movement, that while there were a lot of Shaheen Bagh inspired movements in Muslim ghettos across the country, you hardly had similar protests in other community, in localities where other communities lived. And an initiative like yours is extremely commendable in these times. And I can't even imagine that the kind of backlash that you might be facing in WhatsApp groups and in different things. As to this argument, I mean, I agree with Mr. Gandhi that it's very unlikely that Mr. Trump will act and sort of on these reports and severe ties with India, or even severe ties is a long thing. I mean, even to give a statement on these things happening in India, I mean, I don't expect Donald Trump to make those statements right now. But I mean, what else do you do sitting in America? I mean, you people are not doing this. I mean, this is like there used to be this argument that used to come that if a husband is beating a wife, that keep this family troubles at home, the wife should not go out and speak about this in the society, because then ghar ka naam badnaam hoga. I mean, this is not that कि हमको घर का नाम बदनाम नहीं करना है इसलिए जो हो रहा है. I mean, you are Indians and you are concerned about what's happening in India, which is why you are saying this and you want this to stop. And you are saying this for India to become a better place for everyone. It's your love for India that is making you do so. It's not the other way around. And a campaign like this has happened. I mean, what would this people have said to Jewish Americans during the Second World War, and when they had been speaking about Hitler, that no, don't speak about Hitler. So this is a way to silence people, to shut people by if they use different ways of doing so. I think you're doing phenomenal work, and this is your love for country which is making you do so. So I think that's the way to counter it. I mean, you're living in the United States of America, so that's where you will do your activism also. If you were living elsewhere, you would do it elsewhere.